Socrates is of opinion that a man must be mad who behaves in this way at a festival when he is surrounded by his friends and there is nothing to trouble him. Ion is confident that Socrates, who would never think him mad if he could only hear his embellishments of Homer. Socrates asks whether he can speak well about everything in Homer. Yes, indeed he can. What about things of which he has no knowledge? Ion answers that he can interpret anything in Homer, but rejoins Socrates when Homer speaks of the arts, as for example, of chariot driving, or of medicine, or of prophecy, or of navigation. Will he or will the charioteer, or physician, or prophet, or pilot be the better judge? Ion is compelled to admit that every man will judge of his own particular art better than the rhapsody. He still maintains, however, that he understands the art of the general as well as anyone. Then why in the city of Athens, in which men of merit are always being sought after, is he not at once appointed a general? Ion replies that he is a foreigner, and that the Athenians and Spartans will not appoint a foreigner to be their general. No, that is not the real reason. There are many examples to the contrary. But Ion has long been playing tricks with the argument. Like Proteus, he transforms himself into a variety of shapes, and is at last about to run away in the disguise of a general. Would he rather be regarded as inspired or dishonest? Ion, who has no suspicion of the irony of Socrates, eagerly embraces the alternative of inspiration. The Ion, like the other earlier Platonic dialogues, is a mixture of jest and earnest, in which no definite result is obtained, but some Socratic or Platonic truths are allowed dimly to appear. The elements of a true theory of poetry are contained in the notion that the poet is inspired. Genius is often said to be unconscious, or spontaneous, or a gift of nature. That genius is akin to madness is a popular aphorism of modern times. The greatest strength is observed to have an element of limitation. Sense or passion are too much for the dry light of intelligence, which mingles with them and becomes discolored by them. Imagination is often at war with reason and fact. The concentration of the mind on a single object, or on a single aspect of human nature, overpowers the orderly perception of the whole. Yet, the feelings, too, bring truths home to the minds of many who, in the way of reason, would be incapable of understanding them. Reflections of this kind may have been passing before Plato's mind when he describes the poet as inspired, or when, as in the Apology, he speaks of poets as the worst critics of their own writings. Anybody taken at random from the crowd is a better interpreter of them than they are of themselves. They are sacred persons, winged and holy things, who have a touch of madness in their composition, Phaeder, and should be treated with every sort of respect, Republic, but not allowed to live in a well-ordered state. Like the statesmen in the Meno, they have a divine instinct, but they are narrow and confused. They do not attain to the clearness of ideas or to the knowledge of poetry or of any other art as a whole. In the Protagoras, the ancient poets are recognized by Protagoras himself as the original sophists, and this family resemblance may be traced in the Aeon. The rhapsody belongs to the realm of imitation and of opinion. He professes to have all knowledge, which is derived by him from Homer, just as the sophist professes to have all wisdom, which is contained in his art of rhetoric. Even more than the sophist, he is incapable of appreciating the commonest logical distinctions. He cannot explain the nature of his own art. His great memory contrasts with his inability to follow the steps of the argument, and in his